Hey guys, welcome back. In this chapter, we're going to be going over some of the most commonly asked questions about solar and how it works. Today, obviously you guys know me, Fahad, president of SVG Solar, and I got our lead solar tech here, Bruce.
How's it going, guys? Yeah, my name is Bruce. I'm the lead solar representative. Been working with the Storm Ventures group now for a couple of months. I got brought on here because I've been selling solar for about 5 years now, so they brought me on because I've got some pretty strong knowledge about the solar industry.
We're glad to have you, my man. So guys, like I said, today we're going to go over some of the most commonly asked questions and concerns that you might get when approaching a homeowner and asking, and kind of answer all these questions for them in a great manner. So let's go ahead and start. One of the most commonly ones is what happens if I sell my home? What are the options?
That's a great question, actually. You've got a few different options. So typically, when you add solar to your house, it can add anywhere from 3 to 8% of equity into your home. So let's just say you have this awesome solar system that's saving you quite a bit of money every month on your electric bill, and you want to sell your house 5 to 7 years, 10 years down the road. You've got a couple different options. As long as the homeowner moving in has that 600 credit score, you can either transfer this loan to the homeowner, or to get the equity in the home, you can just basically assume this loan through escrow. It's considered an MCC1 loan. So this is a fully assumable loan that you can assume right when escrow happens, which will pay off any fees or loans attached to the house.
Nice, and that means, guys, the new homeowner wouldn't have a bill.
Yep. Exactly.
So huge benefits, guys, and it's actually been proven that homes that have solar sell about 20% faster than homes without solar, just because of that added value that it brings.
Absolutely.
Another one is, what if I repair my roof in the future? What happens? Who handles that warranty? Who handles the detach and reset?
So yeah, Titan Solar, they handle the warranty from top to bottom for 25 years, not only on the solar system, but on the roof that the panels actually sit on. So you guys need a new roof down the line. Titan will depower and detach the solar system at no cost to the homeowner, and then someone will come in, re-roof the roof, and then Titan will come back out and then reattach that system to the roof at no cost.
Yeah, guys, the only time a homeowner would have to pay any kind of added costs is if they got a third-party contractor to come out and do a detach and reset. But if it's a Titan solar system and they are verified that they are going to come out and take off that system, it's going to be at no cost to that homeowner. So always remember that. Okay.
Tell me, Fred, I got actually a good question for you.
Yeah.
A lot of people say, well, I've got to check with my homeowner or homeowners association. What happens, in certain communities or areas where there's some HOAs involved?
Great question. That's something that's been popping up left and right, especially down there in Florida in the nicer neighborhoods with HOA.
Yeah.
Guys, HOA can never deny rooftop solar, okay? There's a clause in it. It went to court and it was passed that HOAs can never deny rooftop solar. They just have to be aware of what's going on. And that's where we come into play, guys, is once we get the plans for the solar, we actually submit them to the HOA for their approval, and we get approvals 10 times out of 10. But if the HOA is not notified, they could give you a little bit of a hassle through the process. But at the end of the day,
got it.
You're going to get solar on that rooftop.
Yep, awesome.
So basically, tell me, if I got an electric car, right? A lot of homeowners are starting to switch over to electric cars. EV vehicles are becoming huge. Will this use a lot of power from my solar system? Are homeowners supposed to be getting huge solar systems now, or?
So it's good to know if someone has an EV vehicle for sure, and we will account for that when we do, and our engineers actually plan and draw out the system for the homeowner. But typically, our standard systems will provide enough energy, day, night, rain or shine, for that electrical vehicle to make sure it's always charged.
Exactly, guys. So it's always super important to ask the homeowner, look, do you guys already have an EV vehicle, or are you looking to get one here in the future? Because if they are, then give them a little bit of a higher offset. That way they can always offset that energy for charging that car.
For sure. So what happens with performance degradation?
Yeah, guys. So great question, because panels do degrade over the course of 25 years. Now, from the studies and tests that they've done, our panels actually produce at still over 90% efficiency over the course of 25 years. So
that's great.
We always keep that in account. And what we put as a production value over the course of a year. We're actually producing a little bit more than that to give ourselves that safe room.
Got you. Awesome. That's really good stuff to know, for sure.
Now, warranties, because that's a big thing for a lot of people, and a homeowner really wants to feel secure when it comes down to warranties. I've worked for a few other solar companies where the roof warranties are only 5 or 10 years. What's great about Titan, guys, is the best roof warranties in the industry, 25 years, even on the roof penetrations. So kind of go over that and.
Yeah, so that's a really great question, and this is going to be the biggest one to give your homeowners a really good peace of mind going into solar, because the question is, well, what happens when my panels, possibly go out in 15 years?
Yep.
So 25 years top to bottom. Not only will Titan Solar warranty that system fully for 25 years, but as Farhad said, the roof that the panels are going to sit on will be fully warranted for 25 years, as well as a manufacturing warranty.
Yep.
So, a lot of homeowners will also say, well, what happens if this solar company goes out of business? Well, you're also going to have a full manufacturer warranty for 25 years on any type of product that Titan's going to put on that roof.
And guys, that's huge, and what's really cool about Titan is that warranty will transfer as many times as it needs to in that 25 years. Whoever is under that roof with that solar panel system is going to be under that warranty. So it is transferable, which is really nice.
So question, going, for contractors especially is, who's supposed to design this thing? How are, I got the utility bill.
Yep.
Am I supposed to design this thing as a contractor? How is a contractor going to go ahead and actually design this system for the homeowner?
So guys, the way it works is once you submit that deal in Solo, you input all the homeowner's information, our engineers and CAD design team will actually go through and double check your original proposal and see if there's any ways to make that system a little bit more efficient. If they see that, hey, you guys put panels on the north side of the house when we can fit a few more on the south side, they're going to make those changes to make it better for the homeowner and for you as a sales rep. But yeah, they actually take care of everything. So as long as you input that information correctly, they'll create the design.
They're going to put the panels on the most efficient places on the roof. That's going to obviously also, produce the most energy, whether it be south facing, southeast facing.
Yeah.
So, awesome.
Now, in some markets, guys, there's different savings. A lot of the questions we're getting now is, well, what's a typical savings on a house? The thing is with that is there's so many variables that go into it.
Yep.
But what's the average range of savings that a homeowner can expect to see?
I would say on the low side, the absolute low side, 10%, but I've seen it all the way up to 50%. So
Yeah.
I would say, a national average, anywhere from, 20, 30, 40% for sure.
And guys, always super important to get to know how your utilities actually work, what kind of buyback programs they have, what kind of net metering programs they have, and that is also going to play a lot into the factor of how much they're saving.
And that's actually a really good thing you brought up too, because our proposal builder, Solo, our engineers on the back end, they actually have all of the fixed in rates with every utility company in the country. So they know the exact rates. They know, in previous years, how they raise those rates, how they're going to raise those rates going forward to make sure that the homeowner is going to save the most money.
Exactly, guys. As long as you input that information correctly when designing the system, as far as the correct utility and the county, everything is in Solo. It's already integrated for you. You don't even have to think about it. It's going to pop up right on that proposal for you. Different rebates for different utilities, different state incentives for different states. It's all integrated into our platform in Solo. So that makes it super easy to do.
Yep.
Now, another question is, what's a typical timeline between actually selling it at the kitchen table till actually getting it installed?
That's a great question, and this is going to be the question that every contractor or homeowner wants to know, right? Is I got my solar system financed, everything's signed and locked in. When am I going to get this system on the roof?
Yep.
Typically, Titan's really great with install times. So you're looking at 30 to 45 days max usually. Sometimes there's certain counties that actually don't require a permit.
Yep.
And a lot of counties in Florida actually don't require permits. So within those counties, it could be up in two weeks.
Exactly, guys. But it's always super important to set the proper expectations to a homeowner. Even if we know it's going to take 2 to 3 weeks in some areas, always set the expectation of 2 to 3 months from sale till actually getting turned on and activated. See, so a big confusion is when a homeowner gets a solar system installed, they think they're up and running. But that's not the case. After it gets installed, there's
Very
a
true.
period of time between 3 to 5 weeks in some areas
very
that
true.
it has to go through PTO, right? Which is permission to operate. So after we get it installed, the utility company comes back out, the county inspectors or city inspectors come out, they do a full inspection of the system, make sure everything matches the plans, and then they get the approval to turn on at that point.
That's correct.
So that's one of the biggest mistakes that a lot of reps make, is setting the wrong expectations, right? Always set the expectation of 2 to 3 months from start to actual activation. And then if it happens in 2 to 3 weeks or even 1 month,
Right.
you know, you're under promising and over delivering at the end of the day, which is what we always want to do.
And that's part of the reason why we also tie the financing in, so the homeowner is actually not obligated to make their first payment until after 60 days with LoanPal.
Exactly.
So that's kind of why, is because, you know, it can take, you know, a couple of weeks for the electric company to come out and do that, you know, make sure that everything's copacetic for, you know, all the plans.
Perfect. Now, another big thing is the tax credits, you know. How do these tax credits work? That's probably the trickiest part of all of our proposals, is explaining to the homeowner the way that tax credits work. So kind of break that down. Tell me, like, if you had a homeowner and you're selling him a deal and he's getting back a $10,000 credit, federal tax credit from his solar system,
Yep.
but he actually owes money at the end of the year. Tell us kind of how that process works.
So typically for someone that owes money to the government, this is going to be a really great option and opportunity for them to basically wash whatever they have to owe to the government. So typically 26% of whatever the total finance cost is, they're going to get back in a federal tax credit. So if they owe that money to the government every single year or one specific year, you know, that's going to wash away for them.
So they actually wouldn't have to pay that money out of pocket at the end of the year. It's actually going to get canceled out from
Yep.
that federal tax credit.
Yep.
But on the flip side of that, let's say you get back $5,000 at the end of the year and you have a federal tax credit of $10,000 from the solar system. Well, what the federal government's going to do with that federal tax credit from the solar is they're going to match you on your tax liability. So
Correct.
if you get back $5,000 because you're a W-2 employee, you pay your taxes, well then you're going to get $5,000 from that 10 in an actual physical check in the mail.
Correct.
And then that remainder $5,000 will roll over to your next year, right? So it'll roll over for as many years as it takes to get back the full amount.
Yep.
And that goes on both sides. If you only owe $5,000 at the end of the year, well, you're not going to have to pay it for 2 years.
Yep, that's right. And there's a lot of really great states out there that have really great state incentives too.
Exactly, guys. And make sure you look into your state and your county incentives, because, guys, there's so many different utility programs and there's so many different rebates and incentives for homeowners. So make sure you know what your utility is, what your state incentives are, because
Right.
it just helps you that much more when you're at the kitchen table with that homeowner.
Absolutely.
You know. So let's talk about this, because I know a lot of contractors are worried. Hey, what if something happens to the solar system? We sold the job. They know us as the roofing contractor, but you know, we don't want to be liable for anything. You know,
Sure.
any kind of damages that were to happen to the solar system.
That's the best part about this whole thing, is you're going to be an authorized dealer for Titan Solar, so no liability for you. You're going to push this job at the counter table to Mrs. Smith, and after that, all the liability is off of you. So Titan Solar is actually going to come out after the job is submitted. They're going to come out and do a site survey. Typically, usually, they try to do it, you know, anywhere from 2 to 5 days after the job's submitted.
Right.
And they'll have a schedule that you'll be able to see when you can schedule your site survey. And then from there, it goes into blueprinting phase. But after you submit that job, no liability on you. Titan handles all of the warranty, all of the liability.
Exactly, guys. So you don't ever have to worry about Mrs. Smith calling you guys, hey, you know, my solar panels aren't working or my inverter's out. They would actually call Titan Solar directly, and they would get taken care of within 24 to 48 hours. Our
Yep.
response time is quick. You know, so I know we're really on top of the ball with all of our issues, with all of our systems, because we are also connected to these systems via cell network. So not only do we see what's going on with the system, but the homeowner actually gets an application
Yep.
on their phone or on their computer that they can actually log on and see what their system's producing, what it's using, how much energy you're generating. It really puts the control back in the homeowner's hands.
Oh, so you can actually see how much electricity you're producing and generating from
Absolutely.
Oh, okay, awesome.
Absolutely. It's really nice. It breaks it down. It's super easy to understand. And Titan actually sends that out as soon as you get the system installed on your house.
Yep, gotcha.
Another great thing that Titan just did is they have a partner, basically like a consumer portal for the homeowner. Once you get that deal signed at the kitchen table, well, now the homeowner can actually log on to Titan Solar's website and actually track their job in real time too.
Yep.
So they'll see exactly when permitting time is going, when the installation is ready, it'll actually put that right into their hands.
Any documents too, they can submit that right through that portal as well.
Exactly. And also, guys, our solar concierge, Rachel, will scrub every deal that come in to make sure that every signature is correct, all the loan amounts are correct. We're going to make sure that all the pictures that are taken are correct and visible.
Which is really important.
Really important, as well as that utility bill. Guys, one of the things a lot of guys are missing right now is they're not getting every page of that utility bill. We always want to make sure when submitting a job, we have every page of that utility bill. In some areas, it's only one page. In some, it's 5.
And this is really important too because you guys want to get your upfront money. You guys want this job to get, submitted, and you want this process to start. So getting all of the necessary documentation, not only in a timely manner, but correctly is really important. Making sure that customers' first, last name, all of their information for their home address, as well as the usage report and their account information on that utility bill is definitely necessary.
Perfect. And guys, we have a lot more questions and just basic general questions and things. This is all going to be included in our file vault, so make sure you guys get on there. You could kind of go over these because these little questions will help you go a long way when you're sitting at that table with Mrs. Smith.
100%, absolutely.
Another one, guys, is this right here. I know a lot of you guys have been asking about this. How do we become a preferred subcontractor directly with Titan Solar? That means whenever you complete a roof job or any kind of general work on that house as far as home upgrades or additions, they want to get paid out right away. They don't want to wait, 3-5 weeks for that installation to go in.
Don't blame them.
So guys, in the file vault, we will include this. It's a step-by-step process that you would have to fill out some information. You send it over to info@SVG, and you tag a couple of the people that are on those emails that we'll send to you. But this is just a basic application directly to Titan. That way, once you guys actually finish the roof job, you can get paid out within that week. So fast money, easy process, and everything is streamlined. We try to make this as easy as possible for you guys to, get these deals done, get that roof work done for Mrs. Smith, and get paid. Because at the end of the day,
very exciting.
Everyone's trying to get paid.
You guys should be excited for this because this is going to scale your company and streamline your company, incredibly. So
exactly. Well, guys, hey, we appreciate your time. We'll see you on the next one.